Telekinesis would be cool too, because it would be really cool to move things. Not because I'm lazy and I don't want to work.
Oh man, that remote that's in front of me, 5 feet in front of me, is so far away. Let me use my telekinetic abilities to bring that remote right back to me. Rather than helping save the world, let me use my powers for the good of bringing remotes closer.
Exactly.
I am bring remotes closer to me, woman. Welcome to another episode of Random Insanity Podcast. This is your host, Nicole.
And this is our co-host, Jenko.
And in this episode, we're going to ask each other what-if questions to see how we would handle these situations in real life.
Yeah, let's do this.
I'm so excited. I like these kind of, episodes where we're just going to
argue
with each other. I just like fighting with you.
Let's fight. Because we don't really fight in real life.
Yeah. So why don't you go first? You ask me a question.
If your ass was bit by a snake and gave you magical
powers.
Back to
this shit again. No. We already figured out a few episodes ago that you're not going to suck my ass to get the poison out. We get this. All right? Let's move on from this shit.
What would you do if you were sitting on a toilet after you had a massive explosive diarrhea and you had no toilet paper?
What is up with you and shits? Like no toilet paper at all?
No toilet paper at all.
Is
no toilet seat cover. There's nothing to stall. You're in public.
I'm in public restroom.
Yes.
And there's no toilet paper, but there's like no towels, anything?
You're in the stall.
I'm in a stall and there's nothing besides... There's nothing. What I would do was to take off my underwear and wipe my ass with it. Throw my underwear away. Okay. Go commando.
You wouldn't use your hand?
No, I'm not ISIS.
Okay.
Easy question, man. Yeah, I just take my underwear off if I'm wearing underwear and just wipe my ass with my underwear. And then throw my underwear away. Bye-bye.
One underwear is going to be enough to clean your ass?
I hope so. Just use different, keep folding it, Okay. I mean, that's better than not wiping at all and then smelling like poop, So that's what I would do, I guess, And, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to use my pants, so I'm going to have to go commando.
Or you could use your socks.
Yeah, there we go. I could use my socks, too. Like, if it's that bad, I will go commando, and I'll use my socks as well. I'd rather not have socks and underwear on than smell like shit, And you
had to go back to work.
Yeah.
This is in the middle of work.
I've done that, actually, before, where I ran out of toilet paper. I was in a porta potty. And there was nothing to wipe my ass with, and I pooped, so I used my underwear and I threw it out. So I've already done that before.
Oh, okay. So this isn't really a what-if scenario. This is I've already
done it. Been there, done that. And I was also in the military. You're forgetting that. So I've had some tough situations, some tough calls to make, man. Like, oh, there's no toilet paper. There goes my socks.
Okay.
What would you do?
I would do the same thing. I would use my socks or my underwear.
Yeah.
Or if I have to, wipe what I can and put my pants on and leave for the rest of the day to go home.
Just say that you have an emergency you had to take care of, and then you'll be back, Take a shower, wipe that ass.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or splash some water up in there.
Get a bidet.
Bidet, yeah. Well, I have a good one. The more, definitely more tough question, because it's like you can't just beat this one with socks and underwear. So.
Okay.
All right, so what would you do if Jurassic Park was real and if it was here, like located in the United States, not in an island somewhere, and all the dinosaurs broke loose? What would you do in that situation?
Well, I would try not to get eaten by those pterodactyls.
Carry your martini. I would be the person that carries my martinis away.
Or she drops me into the mouth of that water marine dinosaur, whatever that was.
Like that great white shark looking thing? Yeah.
That would suck. That's a good question. I would try to escape, try to get to the boats.
To the boats? Where would you go?
Wherever we got off. Well, is it on an island where
No.
the Jurassic Park is, or
No.
are we? It's like an actual in the United States.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we were on an island like Hawaii or something.
No, we're here in the United States. But Hawaii is the United States.
Yeah, but it's an island.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, if it was, well, shit.
Yeah. I'm like, we're like, a good thing we're going to Sweden.
Try to get access. Maybe try to get some tranquilizers, a gun, something from the security room. I don't know.
What security room?
They have to have some.
Where?
I would get a map and I would look and figure out where the security room is.
Oh yeah, let me look here in the map. Here clearly stated in the map, there's a security room right
Whatever
here.
it says no, only authorized personnel, I would go there and find a security guard, somebody that has a weapon, try to fend off from the dinosaurs, the raptors.
I guess.
I mean, what would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I would fucking steal a boat or something. And
But you just said that we're on the ground.
yeah,
We're not in the island.
drive over to keep driving over to California or something. Take a fucking steal a boat. Maybe kill somebody. I don't know, or tell them, hold them hostage. Say, hey, you're gonna take me on your boat and we're going to go to Europe where there's no dinosaurs. All right? So I would just go to Europe.
Well, then the dinosaurs would migrate.
How would they get across the water unless they're like,
Flying
sea,
or sea animals.
unless they're sea or flying animals. And at least that'd be easier to take care of than like a fucking T-Rex.
Maybe I would be like the dinosaur whisperer and
Like an ark.
yeah, all the dinosaurs would love me and they would do my bidding for me.
You would just like tame them,
Yeah.
feed them lots of berries.
I'll be the dinosaur tamer. I would be what's that guy? The Caesar for the dogs.
Yeah.
So I would be Jennifer for the dinosaurs.
Oh, really? Yeah, I was thinking more like Ark too, like my dinosaur game on Steam. I would be like that. I would be like, here, knock them out with a tranquilizer and just keep feeding them berries until they love me.
Yeah, I'd be like Owen. Isn't that his name? Jurassic World, where he had all those pet raptors.
Yeah.
I would be like him. I would just
Army of
train them.
raptors.
Yeah.
Those are definitely Utah raptors or something, because those raptors are not that really. They're not that big.
And they're feathery.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah. They're like chickens.
yeah.
I'd have an army of chicken. I'd have like cuckoos from like Zelda.
They would all attack you if
Yeah.
you hit them.
Yeah. Okay. All right, hit me with your best one.
So what happens if you find out that your life is an entire lie and that you're not an actual person, you're a clone, and someone comes knocking on your door and asks you, hey, we need to harvest your organs.
The fuck? Why would they want to harvest my organs for?
So then the person that cloned you could get your organs.
Well, that's assuming that my life is already not a lie. I don't know. What would I do if I found out my entire life is a lie? Well, technically, my entire life wouldn't be a lie. It would be the life I made. So it's just my existence of who I am would be a lie, I guess.
Yeah.
So I already made a life for myself. I already have a boyfriend, I have a house, I have a job, So I would just be like, oh, yeah, sure. I guess that makes sense. Let me go ahead and, come with you, right? So what I would do is sneak out, I'd say, let me get a moment to get my shit, right? And then what I would do is just like sneak out of the house through a window or something and run away and go get a different identity or something.
You'd be on the witness protection program.
Yeah, and I would have to reach out to Jared through like an anonymous line or something. Be like, hey, I ran away, and then have like a code for meet me here or something like that. So have like a secret plan for like an evacuation or something like that. I don't know. I can't think it all the way through. I just know I would run away, start a new life, a new identity and everything, so they can't harvest my organs, because that'd be fucked up. I mean, I already have a life. I'm a person.
Yeah, but some people don't think of it that way.
Well, I'm not a robot. I'm still a person.
True.
Like I have human civil rights and shit. I mean, you can't just kill me and take my organs. So,
I mean, that could be said about animals that they clone too. I mean, they're living creatures. They have a life too.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, it's true. But I just feel like that would be wrong. Like, hey, we need to kill you so we could have the person that created you, like,
so they could live longer.
Yeah, like, fuck you. I'm a person, man. Fuck off. What about...
I would probably hold myself up and be like, they'll never take me alive.
Really? Just, like, lock yourself into your house?
Yeah.
They could break in and take you.
I mean, depending on what I would have in that room with me, like a weapon of some sort, I would try to take them all out and escape as well. But I mean, chance scenario, I would just kill myself and like make sure they couldn't use my organs.
They still could use your organs if you kill
Not
yourself.
if I explode.
How would you explode? What is there? That makes no fucking sense. What do you have in the room that has explosive capabilities?
I don't know. I'll make sure that
Your
I have some
asshole?
sort of yes.
I'm gonna explode myself with diarrhea. That makes no sense.
I don't know.
How does that make any sense? You have to provide a good argument for this. Like, you can't just be like, I will make myself explode. Like,
I'll hold myself up in the bathroom because I read there's a lot of chemicals in the bathroom that you could house your own explosions.
yeah,
Explosives.
you probably could if you had the
Yeah.
right chemicals. Do you know what chemicals to mix to make?
No, but I will Google it, and then the feds will probably come to my door and ask me why I'm looking up stuff on how to create a bomb. Since they research, well, they like monitor our online access.
I don't know. That feels like I think your argument is invalid. I think that's what I think. I think your argument's invalid because that makes no sense. If somebody's knocking at your door trying to break in, you wouldn't have enough time to get into your bathroom and make a bomb and do all these things that you're saying you're gonna do because it's like if somebody's actually trying to get into the bathroom and into your house to take you, it takes more than like fucking 5 seconds to make a bomb. I don't know how long it takes to make a bomb because I've never made a bomb.
You don't think they would have the whole place surrounded? You think that you could just jump out the window and escape?
Well, you didn't ask me that. You asked me what would you do if the feds came to your house and tried to take you. So how many feds are there? Am I being surrounded? Do they expect me to come with them and be like, you know, just not be resistant to it? You know, so you didn't really elaborate on that one, so I'm not sure. If there was only a few agents in the door, I'd be like, I would just say, yeah, sure, let me come with you, because if they don't get met with resistance, they would probably think I'm just going to come with them, so because I don't want to fight, but I would just make my escape, you know, use a window, use something, and make a run for it. Being in my house would be kind of like dumb, because then they could just be like, oh, she's not coming out, let me break in and take her by force. So, not going to have any time to make a bomb in the bathroom.
Whatever. I just said that I would try to fight them off one by one as they come into my place.
Because you're like a fucking ninja. You're a fucking ninja. Just because you're a Korean doesn't mean that you're a ninja. Shit, man. Whatever.
Whatever.
All right. So I got a good question for you.
Okay.
All right. What if life was actually like a Black Mirror? You know that Black Mirror episode where
Which one?
there was a social status? I think it was Nosedive. Where everything you did, like your credit score, was based on how well you were liked. Like a Yelp review, basically. Like you.
Oh, that episode?
Yeah. Was it Nosedive? That was the name of it, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, what would you do if life was actually like that episode where everything you did, everything you could buy and stuff was based on your personality score? So if you were a 1.0, you can't get shit. You live in the ghetto. You can't even get a good car. You can't get a loan because you're not liked as much. Or if you're a 5.0, you have access to all these like beautiful, extravagant things, better housing, everything like that. How would you live your life knowing that, you know, that's how society lives now?
I would be like that truck driver lady in that episode. You know me, I'm not into social media. I mean, I try to make posts, you know, but I really try to avoid that because I don't care. So I would just have that fucked up life where I would live on the road and I wouldn't have access to great places and good colleges and jobs and any of that shit. I would just be on the street.
Yeah, maybe like a hobo.
Exactly.
So you wouldn't try to fit in with like society, basically, because that's how society has its rules?
That wouldn't really be living, though.
It wouldn't, yeah.
Because you're too busy reviewing other people's lives and it wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
It would be too stressful for me, I think.
Yeah.
So no, I don't want to be judged by other people. I don't want people to say, oh, I don't like that she ate this breakfast today. Let me give her a 1. Like, who the fuck cares what I do?
Yeah, right?
I don't
feel
care
like
what you do.
I feel like that's how life is nowadays anyways. It's not to that extent like that episode, but I feel like a lot of things in life you can't really get unless you have a certain social status. Like you can't join a country club just because you have money. You have to be like accepted by the people in the country club. Things like that. Mm-hmm. You know, so I already feel like a lot of things in life are determined by your social status.
Yeah, and it's sad that I feel like that could be a possible scenario in the future. I mean, how social media is so important to people. I know you're in the marketing, so
Yeah, but
I mean, how do you feel about it? Because you're in marketing. I mean, that's what you do for a living, though.
Yeah, but I don't spend my entire day on social media rating everything I do. Like, when I go to a restaurant, I don't immediately go on Yelp and be like, oh, this place was a 3 because of this. You know, like, if I like the restaurant enough, right, where it made such an impact on me where I would definitely come back again, I'll bookmark it and I'll make a nice review of that place, right? Mm-hmm. If it was really shitty, my service was bad, the food was horrible, it gave me food poisoning, I'll give it a really bad review. I never go on Yelp after every place I go to and bookmark it and review it. Like, if it was okay, it was okay. I don't really do anything about it, you know? So I don't live my life on social media and by the rules that everybody's like, oh, you must go and review this page and you must go do this. I don't, even though I'm in marketing and I spend a lot of my time on social media for my job, usually outside of work, I check my Facebook like once or twice a day and that's it. You know, I don't post every day. I don't, you know, care what other people do. I don't care what other people think I do. Like, I use it to stay connected with my friends and see what's going on, and because I'm bored mostly.
Okay.
So, but to answer my own question, I guess, like, if that was actually like society's rules that you have to, like, based on what everything you could get is based on your social status, I guess I wouldn't really try too hard, but I wouldn't be a trucker because I do spend some time on social media. Mm-hmm. I would probably be like the average, you know, I would probably be like what they call middle class, you know, I would have like a 3.0 score, maybe like 2.8 or some shit like that, where I'm like, I kind of try, but I'm not trying to live my life on my phone.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then maybe you can help me out and give me a few stars, you know.
Yeah, but my social status wouldn't be high enough to help you out.
That's probably what I would do. I would just go to the beach and just be a beach bum.
Beach bum?
Yeah.
Those are the best kinds of bums.
Exactly. What would you do if you're abducted?
If I was abducted?
Mm-hmm. You had to be like that lady that was living there for like 18 years of her life.
You mean like in the OA?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I don't know. That would be scary, dude. Like, that's a fucked up situation for me because like, if you get abducted, do you get drugged? You know, how do you get abducted is like the biggest issue. Like, because if you're tied up in somebody's trunk, you could try to make your way out of the trunk. You know, you could try to fight your way out of whatever you're tied up with, whatever you can. You know, you use your surroundings to protect yourself, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're like knocked out, if you were like, you know, tranquilized, if you're knocked out, you can't really fight your way when you're unconscious. So if you wake up in a room, you're already locked in there. Like, there's not much you could do. But if you're like not tied up and stuff, I would use situational awareness. You know, if there's anything around me I could use when the person comes back, it's a fight or flight kind of thing. You know, I would fight for my life.
And some people, they always say that they'll do one thing or the other, but then but they're not in that situation. When they're in that situation, then they learn that, oh, well, I would just freeze. Or I wouldn't do what I said that I would do. Yeah,
but I'm one of those people that I feel like I would actually fight my way out of this because there's two options to me in that moment, you know? It's definitely two options. I'm either going to get tortured, killed, raped, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want any of those things to happen to me, so what am I going to do? I'm going to try giving the best fight I can to get out of that situation. And at least I know I fought my way. I try to fight my way out of it rather than sit there and freeze and just take whatever's happening to me. Because one of the things that would suck is getting tortured. Like, that would suck ass. Like, what kind of abductor is this? Is this a torturer?
Like from Hostel?
Yeah. Is this somebody that's gonna like try to take my organs? Is whatever, you know? I don't want any situation to happen to me, so I'm gonna fight my way out of it. Use whatever I can around my surrounding. If there's a pipe, is there something I could kick out of the wall? Is there something like I could dig my way out of this? Am I in my basement? Like, is there locks? Is there windows? Can I, you know? I'll rather break my arm myself, knowing I could get out of handcuffs, because I've seen people do that where they'll break their wrist to get the handcuffs off.
Oh.
I will break my wrist. I will totally do it. It will be painful as fuck, but I think torture is more painful than breaking your own wrist. So
because you can get that shit fixed.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll just fix this when I'm done. And the adrenaline rush would be so high, I honestly wouldn't probably feel the breakage of my wrist until I'm way out of that situation, because that's what I've heard people could actually like lift up a car or do some really intense shit when they have that high of an adrenaline rush, because, you know, your pain receptors are like blocked basically when you're at that level of like just pressure and adrenaline. So I think I would break my wrist. I wouldn't feel it. Like, remember that movie, the newer Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah.
Remember when the guy got his leg chopped off and he was still running?
Yeah, I
And
didn't understand that. I was like, how the fuck is
That's
this so
adrenaline.
hard?
That's actually a real thing. That's actually a real thing. If you are so fucking scared for your life and you're trying to flee a situation like that, your adrenaline is through the roof. If you got your leg chopped off while you're trying to escape, you would not fucking realize that until you look down and you're like, oh, my fucking leg is gone. And it still might take some more time after
Or
that.
they call that phantom syndrome or whatever, where you think your leg is there, but it's not.
It's different. But you might not even realize that your leg is gone. Even if you might not even feel the pain from your leg being gone.
Yeah.
Even if you see it gone, because your adrenaline's still really high. Once the adrenaline dies down, though, you're fucked.
You'll be in so much pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. I would fight. I would use whatever I can to fight my way out of it.
Yeah, I agree. I would do the same thing. I would try to knock the guy out, try to get the keys off him and escape, or whatever's necessary.
Exactly. I think a situation like that would make anybody do that, you know? You don't want to just give in and just be like, oh, I'm not strong enough to fight. Like, you know, you give everything you got to get out of a situation like that. Even if it kills you, honestly, I'd rather die trying than not.
Than just laying there and let them do whatever they want to.
Or if I'm going to get, like, tortured and killed, I'd rather just kill myself. If I'm at that very last ultimatum thing, I'm not going to let them just get the joy of torturing me, for example. If it was a torturer guy, I would honestly, if there was no other way I could get out, I'm tied down from everything. Like, my head's tied, my neck is tied, my legs, my arms, and I see all these tools in front of me that he's gonna, like, kill me with. I will, if he's trying to cut my neck or something like that, I would, like, stick. I would
You would just do the pigeon, like Bob.
Force my head into it, whatever I can. Because I've seen some of those movies where they, like, try to fucking scalpel their eyeballs. I'm like, I'm fucking trying to tilt my head forward, kill myself, man. I try to, hell
like
no.
that Asian girl in Hostel, she jumps in front of the train after they escape. She's like, fuck this shit. I'm not trying to, well, her eye was like coming out of her face because it was like blowtorched it.
Oh, yeah.
So she was like, fuck this.
Damn, dude.
I didn't understand it at first. I was like, why did she jump? She's free. She can go.
She was probably in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I figured like no life is worth living like that, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, if I got out, I would probably just, you know, embrace life so much more. I'd quit my job and start traveling the world with the little money I have in my savings account. I'm like, I'll make this work.
Just be careful when you go to those hostels, though.
Yeah, man. No more hostels after that. Yeah, that was a dumb movie. But it was actually really, really scary.
Well, and it makes, like, international traveling much more scarier because you don't know what these people could do because you don't know their customs or, you know, anything out there.
Shit,
you just have to figure out.
That's so scary to think about. Like, I would never. This is why I'm such a paranoid freak. That's why I'm like, make sure you drive home safe. Text me when you get home. And, you know, I always imagine, like, the worst scenarios all the time. I'm already anxiety driven. Like, every time Jared says he's going to be home at a certain time, and it's like 30 minutes past that time, I'm texting him, like, are you okay? Did you get abducted?
I know. He's like, I'm just walking Suki.
Shit. Yeah, I'm really, like, I would freak out. So, yeah. But I have a good question.
Okay, what's
I have a
your
good question. All right, so if you woke up, actually, the first part of that question, if you had a superpower, what would it be and why? That's a two-part question.
Okay, so hands down, I would have teleportation.
Teleportation?
Or telekinesis.
Okay. Why?
Teleportation, because then I wouldn't have to, I could just go wherever I wanted. If I was in danger, I could just, I don't know, zap myself out of that situation and be somewhere else. If I wanted to go traveling, I would just go wherever I wanted, just like that movie Jumper or whatever.
But what if it was like the Magicians, like where he teleports, but he could put himself in a dangerous situation? It's like, oh fuck, I'm in a volcano.
That could happen. Hopefully I can teleport myself out of it before I get burned to a crisp.
Yeah,
but,
right.
But also telekinesis would be cool too, because it would be really cool to move things. Not because I'm lazy and I don't want to work.
Oh man, that remote that's in front of me, 5 feet in front of me, is so far away. Let me use my telekinetic abilities to bring that remote right back to me. Rather than helping save the world, let me use my powers for the good of bringing remotes closer.
Exactly.
I am bring remotes closer to me, woman.
I mean, I could use my powers for that. Yeah.
Shit, that would be horrible. That would be. What's your superhero name? Bring remotes closer to me, woman. I help people reach their remotes. Yeah. So that would be your 2. And
Yeah.
Why?
What would yours be?
Well, no, it's still a...
Oh, okay.
still, yeah.
Part 1 of that question.
All right. So part
Okay.
1. Part 2 of the question is, if you woke up with that superpower tomorrow, what would you do?
I'll be using it all day, every day.
But for what?
If I had teleportation, I would go.
Go where?
Go wherever I wanted to go.
Where do you want to go?
If I had the ability to hold on to someone while I teleported and bring them with me, then I would just take you or any of my other friends and we would just go traveling around the world. We can go to Sweden,
Yeah.
check that place out,
Yeah.
go to Tokyo. Don't have to worry about no $500 round trip flight.
Still a cheap ticket, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would just go wherever I wanted.
Yeah. Would you just live, like, would you quit your job? Would you, like,
Yeah. I mean, I might find a better job opportunity somewhere else. So.
I don't think I would even be present for my job, because if I had the ability to teleport like that, I would I would not need to work. I would just live off the land or teleport myself into a restaurant, eat the food, and then dine and dash.
Or teleport yourself into a bank, take all the money and leave.
Nah, I wouldn't be I don't think I would be a criminal if I had that ability. Honestly, I would just, I would just I wouldn't use it for good either. I mean, if I saw something really bad happening to somebody, I might step in and help, but I wouldn't be a superhero. I wouldn't be a villain. I would probably just live my life and not have to work and shit like that, because I could just go wherever I want. I could teleport myself into a vacant hotel room and just sleep in there and nobody would know I'm there, and then teleport myself out, and then when somebody checks in, I'll be like, I slept the night.
You don't think they'd find out? You're gonna make sure the bed's all nice and clean?
No, I'd just leave and nobody would know it's me, because there wouldn't be any there's no cameras in the hotel rooms. So I'd never step out of the hallway. I never come out. So I would just teleport into the hotel room, sleep the night there. The maids would go in there and be like, did we forget to make the beds? They would question themselves. They'd be like,
yeah,
I can't remember. Did we miss this room? Nobody would ever see me come and go. And I would just live my life without a job and shit like that.
Who downloaded this porn off TV?
And I'm not saying
watch this.
And I'm not saying I would steal or anything like that. I wouldn't be bad, but if there's something I really needed, there was excess of, I would go into a restaurant, take one of the baguettes, eat food, I would have to survive. So that's how I would live my life. Just kind of like a nomad. I'd be a nomad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool though.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you were committing crimes, the cops wouldn't be able to catch you for
Exactly.
stealing a baguette.
Yeah. Why are you in prison? I stole a baguette.
And you just zap yourself right out of jail, so.
Yeah.
So then what would your superpowers be then?
I think I would have super...
telekinesis?
Well, I think if I had a superpower, it wouldn't be telekinesis or teleportation. They're cool and all, but I would think I would have super speed like the Flash.
Oh, okay.
Because the Flash he's so fast he could run on water, right? So I could still technically travel to any country I wanted and be super fast. I could still technically, it's not teleportation, but I could still make it anywhere I want within minutes and get away really fast if I wanted to. I can't go into a hotel room because I can't teleport myself into a hotel room, but I would just be able to run super fast. And I think the reason I would want super speed is because I could wake up 1 minute before work. I could wake up 1 minute before work, just like the Flash, brush his teeth, he brushes his teeth, he puts on his clothes within seconds, and he's already at work. It takes him a minute. I'm like,
beat the traffic.
I would just run there. I'd be fit as shit because I'm running everywhere.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. That's what I would do. Super speed, man.
All right.
Run on water, go anywhere I want. Knowing me, I'd still probably be late to work. even if I have super speed, I'd still be late.
God, probably.
And my boss knows. She'll be like, "Why are you late? Don't you have super speed?" I'm like, something about being at work. Mm-hmm. It slows me down a little bit.
Yeah, but if you're so fast, you would get all your work done so quickly. You could just leave.
Yeah, but I live in prison. I work in prison, so it's not like I could just leave. It's like You know,
You
they
still
need
have 8 hours to go.
Yeah.
7 hours and
That would
59
actually be
seconds.
torture because everything's so fast for me.
Yeah.
Like, knowing that I have to sit my ass there for 8 hours would make it feel like an infinite amount of time.
Yeah, why would you do that to yourself?
Exactly. That's why I would quit and just use my powers for, like, making money. Like, oh, we need to do this. Or would I actually, like, pretend I don't have super speed and just kind of like not the Flash, the Incredibles. You know, remember how he could run really fast?
Yeah.
And he would win at the track teams?
Yeah.
I would join the Olympics and get, like, the sponsorship.
Hey.
But I wouldn't, like, run super fast. I would just run fast enough where I'm beating everybody. Nobody would know I have super speed.
That works too.
Yeah, and then I just make my money doing that, just running, and like that's what I do anyways.
You'd be so fit.
I'd be so fit, so rich,
Be able to
so
catch
fast.
Suki.
And I had to wear like a costume if I am gonna use the super speed though, because I could like, you know, I don't want to get caught. I'd be like, oh, this is why she keeps winning the Olympics because she's a speedster.
Oh, is that your name? Your superhero name? Speedster?
No, that's what they call them in the Flash. They call the people in the Flash speedsters.
Oh.
Yeah. You never watched the show, huh?
I've watched one episode so far.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to get into the superhero shows.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Flash. Good show.
Okay, so that's what you would do.
That's
you
what I would
have
do.
super speed.
Super speed, and you would have teleportation. I already know. That's what you would use it for.
Exactly.
Pop up in the boys' locker room. Peekaboo, I see you. And it would like leave. In the men's locker room, I mean, not the boys. That make you a pedophile.
Yeah, I don't want to be a pedophile.
You'd be, bring remotes closer to me, woman, and sneak up in the men's locker room, woman.
I'd be like, only in America.
Only America. And I'd be, run really fast and get sponsorships, woman.
That's great. Okay. Well, what would happen if you were invited to be part of the Mars colonization that NASA's trying to do?
Like I was invited?
Yeah.
Not forced?
Well, sure. Let's say you were forced.
I was forced into it?
Yeah. So you had to.
Well, how would I be being forced?
They said that they had to select a certain number of people, and it's kind of like military where you have to join, like the male selection or whatever.
Okay.
So
The draft kind of
yeah,
thing?
the draft, and you had to be part of it.
I don't
There's
know.
only like, I don't know, 20 people or whatever had to go.
Well, 20 people would not be enough to support a colony whatsoever. It would be very impossible to go with 20 people because if we had to also mate or like breed, there would be a lot of inbreeding. For example, you would need at least 500 for it to sustain a population.
Okay.
So if there was 500 people and I'm forced to go, sure. I mean, we could all help each other out, but we'd probably all die.
Okay. And if you had a choice, would you go or would you not go?
I wouldn't go for a while. Like, I would wait for a few colonies to be up there and say...
Everyone dies.
Yeah. I would honestly wait. If it was a choice, I would wait for it to be, like, safe and it's actually, like, a livable planet and everything. There wouldn't be shit to do in Mars, Like, I'm forced... There's no Ulta. There's no fucking Home Depot.
No
Like,
Starbucks on every corner.
yeah. What am I supposed to do with
Well,
my
I need
life?
people to dig.
There's no internet. There's no fucking podcast shit. It takes like minutes. It will take minutes for like the signal to reach Earth. It'll be bullshit, man. It would be boring as fuck. I'd rather be abducted and kept in a basement.
Wow.
I would rather have that shit happen than fucking be in Mars. There would be fucking shit to do, and then I'd die of radiation poisoning. Wouldn't see the sun. It would be cold as fuck. You know how cold it is in Mars? Fucking cold, man. I would die. It's like Antarctica. All the time. And then there's massive dust storms, so I'd be like the sand people. And fucking Star Wars. It would be a horrible life. I mean, just abduct me and keep me in a basement.
Oh, good to know.
Fuck Mars.
I just thought that because you were into space, you'd go for it.
Okay, there's a difference. I like space. I don't want to live in space. Not yet.
Like in Passengers?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the movie.
You haven't seen Passengers?
No, I haven't.
Well, if Jennifer Lawrence was on that aircraft, I might.
Then you would say yes?
I'd be like, all right, at least I have a chance now.
That's when you be creeping up on her.
Yeah. You're like, hey, girl. What you doing? I'm living in Mars just like you. What brought you up here? The government made me? Oh, me too.
We have so much in common.
Oh my God.
Do you poop too?
I poop. So, two things in common. We both poop, and we both were forced by the government to live on Mars. We should totally go out sometime. I already see that we have, like, a lot in common.
You just one by one take out everybody on that Mars so that you'd be the only two left. You have no choice,
We
Jennifer
would die
Lawrence.
together.
It's you and me forever.
Like, literally. We would only live for, like, a little while because we would have nobody to, like, grow food or anything. It would be like the movie, what movie was that? With Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Interstellar?
Interstellar?
That was not Matt Damon.
I thought he was in it. I thought
He was. Oh, yeah, he
that
was.
crazy guy, whatever, that wanted to get off. And
Okay, you're right. No, he wasn't in a movie, but it was a different movie where he was the lead actor and he lived in Mars.
Okay, no, I haven't seen that one.
Okay.
But I know what you're talking about.
He was a botanist or whatever, and he grew potatoes with his poop.
What the fuck? Well, that's what you would do. You'd be like, hey, Jennifer Lawrence, I grow potatoes with my poop.
I'm Peruvian. I know how to grow potatoes.
I know all about potatoes, girl.
Do you like potatoes? Do you like potatoes? Do you specifically like potatoes that taste like my shit? Because that's what we're eating.
Oh, God.
Forever. For the rest of our lives, we will
Just
be eating potatoes.
Poop-strained potatoes?
Basically. That would be disgusting. That's what he was doing for like months and months and months. He grew potatoes with his poop. He fertilized it with his poop, and he was able to grow potatoes. And that's the only thing he ate for months. And then he got like so low on supplies that he would have to ration.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they finally came and rescued him. That's the end of the story. The end.
Well, good thing I didn't watch that movie.
It was actually a really good movie. They did a good job making. It wasn't like Gravity where it was so boring.
Oh yeah, Gravity was.
No,
I hated that.
That was a
movie.
horrible movie. A good concept, horrible movie. It made no sense, like how everything was blowing up all the time. Like that is like such a stupid scenario.
She's always floating around, and somehow she was able to.
The whole movie, I felt like somebody was breathing in my ear. That's what it sounded like the whole movie. She was just breathing heavy for 3 hours of the movie. It was just somebody breathing.
It'd be a really great. I mean, you really didn't need any acting skills with that. You just sit there and just breathe into the microphone.
Yeah.
Just sit in a chair, pretend you're in space.
Basically. So, yeah, I mean, well, I forgot what the question was that you asked me. Oh, if I was forced to go to Mars.
Yeah.
I would resist. Fuck that shit. Kill me, I'm not going. You?
I would not. If I had the choice, I would not go because space scares me. It makes me feel so much more smaller. There's really not much out there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there because it's space, but there's no air. I really feel like I would be in the situation like Gravity where I'd be floating around in space and then I would die.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be on a spaceship that would explode. Like all the bad scenarios that would happen to me.
Oh, you're so positive.
And I'm afraid of heights, so I just wouldn't want to be out there.
How would that be height? You know, technically it's all relative.
Yeah, but I just want to be right here on the ground.
You want to be where the people are.
I don't want to be out in space.
What are those? Oh, feet! They're touching the ground because I'm not in fucking space!
Yeah, and I don't have to run into any aliens. That scares me too.
Well, you shouldn't feel bad. There might be life out there, but it probably won't be for millions and millions of light years away because we have not even left the Milky Way galaxy in exploration. So, and we haven't even touched like a tenth of it. Like we haven't touched even that much. Like we are just in a small. You should feel small. We're in a tiny speck of dust in a tinier galaxy amongst other galaxies that look all tiny compared to the observable universe. So yes, if you want to feel small, you should feel small.
I am, and I don't want to get sucked into a black hole because I don't want to turn into spaghetti. So
yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, not go, not for a while. Like if they.
Like if they offered, like, so I know some people are already buying tickets to, like, ride a space shuttle.
Yeah.
Like, I have a friend that already was planning on buying them. I'm like, how? It's expensive, isn't it?
It's like $75,000, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Honestly, if space travel was possible and cheap, like affordable for like normal people like us who work middle class jobs, yeah, I feel like I would go to space, but I wouldn't live there, not yet at least. You know, I would want to go to space because I love space, but I wouldn't want to live up there. Just travel,
Go to the moon.
be like, oh yeah, bitch, take a shit on the moon. And then when people look at telescopes in the middle of the night, you know, when they look up in the moon, I'll be like, do you see that speck right there? That's my shit.
Turning into potatoes.
Yeah.
Ew, okay, well, good to know.
Moving on. All right. So I gotta have a good one. All right. What would you do? You know the movie The Purge?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do if The Purge was real and it happened once a year and you know exactly what day of the year it's gonna happen? What would you do during that time?
Oh my God. I love that movie, but I'm also scared of that movie because I don't want to say that I would be the people that would die right away. I mean, obviously I would try to fight, but I wouldn't actually go out there and murder someone or steal something just because I'm legally allowed to just for those 24 hours.
I agree.
So I'd be the person who would just make sure that I would have all the necessary things. I would probably get a bunker or something and like just hide out there for a while.
Yeah.
And make sure. I mean, but then you know they have that insurance. So if anything gets damaged, then it's all on you if you can't pay. So have you never seen the movies?
I haven't actually seen the movie.
Where
it looks stupid to me.
The Purge insurance. So what they would do is during Purge Day they can increase the rates up, and then if you can't pay it, then shit out of luck. If your property gets damaged, they're not going to pay for it.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's been a couple of times where it actually happened in the movies where, like the shopkeeper, the insurance rates went up, so he had to protect it himself, and that's how he was out in the streets and during the Purge. So I would make sure I would get a bunker.
Yeah, a bunker somewhere.
To avoid that shit and just hole out there until it was safe to pop up.
Yeah. Holy America! Come out of the ground like an ostrich.
I know.
Where'd it go?
I mean, unless someone, you know, knew where my bunker was trying to get in, I would
keep it a secret hideaway, just like Arrow does on his island.
Yeah, and I would, I'd only kill if necessary. Yeah. But I would try to avoid it because that's just not the person I am.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, the reason I haven't watched the movies is because, one, they look stupid, but also it's kind of a scary concept to think about because we are getting overpopulated. The population increase since, like, the early 1900s has, like, doubled. And we're just still populating the earth. But still, we have a lot of people. And one day that might happen where the government's like, oh, well, we need to get rid of some people. How do we do that, you know? It could happen. The government already controls a lot of shit we do. You know, a lot of things that don't make sense to me, at least. And that might happen. So what I would do in that situation is I would probably make an island somewhere. Like buy a bunker or build my own stuff, you know, like get the supplies. Especially when if I knew when it was going to happen. Have everything prepared ahead of time. Booby traps, things like that.
Live out in the woods.
Yeah, for that one day a
Just
year
be
travel.
A hermit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What if they ban travel during that time too? Like any time before 6 months before the Purge, that would suck.
Well, I mean, I don't think they could because in the movies they had like foreigners that would come to America just so they could participate in the Purge.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
It is fucked up. So
I want to kill people.
I want to kill the Americans. But they end up getting killed anyways, so
like I feel
that's great. But and that's how, because you know they want tourists to come in,
Yeah.
so that's how they make their money. It's by having foreigners come in and help kill the Americans.
Shit. I'm a big conspiracy theorist sometimes, and I feel like war. The reason we always have war is because it's a means to control our population too.
It could be.
I mean, there's other reasons for a war, you know, but I feel like one of the main reasons is actually that it's always an ongoing war, no matter what it is, because of population control.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of like a form of the Purge.
Kind of. Or are you one of those people who believe the chemtrails that the jets leave are some sort of chemicals to affect our population as well?
No.
No.
I don't think. I don't think so at all. No.
Yeah, I've read about that stuff, and I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah, I'm not like deep into conspiracy theory shit, but I do feel like
Area 51 is real.
Yeah, it might be. Shit, who knows? Like, I'm open to theories. I'm very evidence driven. So, like, if people could provide me with some sort of actual factual evidence, or even like more, rather than faith driven people or things like that, where they think a superior being is real, but they have no evidence to back it up. I'm like, okay, whatever you say, crazy person. So if they could provide me evidence of like a theory that they have, like for example, like war, then I believe it. But I've actually read a lot of stuff based on what
War.
Yeah, based on
What
war.
is good for?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
But I have read a lot of stuff on war and how the governments use it to control their population and things like that. And I'm like, oh, it kind of sounds real. So I'm not super in belief of it, but I'm not discrediting it either, if that makes sense. So, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. The Purge would be a scary thing to have.
It would be scary, and that's kind of, it's weird because that's kind of like the reason why I like it, and I don't like that movie because it could happen. You never know. Okay. So, what if it was like a Freaky Friday scenario, and you woke up in Jared's body and Jared woke up in yours? What would you do?
Why would you think of that?
I don't know. I have a penis. Woo!
Swinging around like an elephant for 5 minutes and then trying to freak
Like,
out.
Helicopter dick.
Well, I would show up to his job not knowing exactly what to do at all, because he has a very different job than I do. And I'm like, I am going to get fired. I'm going to get Jared fired.
And Jared would probably get you fired.
Yeah. We would get it. First of all, we would get each other fired until we could figure out what is going on. Hold on. I guess we would figure it out. I don't know. Honestly, that's a really weird situation. Like, how long would it be stuck in each other's body? Would it be like the hot chick where you have to do some sort of weird ritual
Probably,
with
yeah.
the earrings?
Yeah. Adam Sandler's there, like drumming on the drum.
Quit banging on those drums! That movie was fucking great. And with Jared's luck, he'll probably switch bodies with me right when I'm about to start my period, so he'll have to figure out how to use tampons and shit.
Oh my
like in that
God.
movie. He's like, I gotta do what?
That would be great.
Oh my God. I'm like, now you know my pain. Now you know the struggle.
Wouldn't it be weird though to see yourself though?
It would be. I'm like, is that what I look like? Ew.
Is that what I sound like?
Ew. Man, that would be weird. That would just be a fucking weird situation. I would probably just fuck with people too. Like, if I can't do anything to change it for a while, I'd probably just have to be like, well, I can't just mourn that my body's gone, so I'm just gonna have to, fuck around or something, I dump myself.
You dump yourself?
I dump myself so I could go fuck bitches. I don't know.
Hey.
Would that be technically cheating? Because even though it's me in Jared's body, is it still Jared doing it?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. You'd be cheating, especially if you said you're gonna be dumping yourself.
I don't even know. I don't know.
But if you were still together with him and then you were cheating, well.
But would it be cheating because it's me? I don't get it.
But it would still be Jared. Like, Jared wouldn't know about it.
Yeah.
And it's his body. So.
That's true.
So yeah, it'd still be cheating.
You put what on my dick? Oh! Probably give myself a blowjob with a vacuum cleaner.
Oh my God.
I wonder if this feels good. I don't know. I would probably do some weird shit. I would pee everywhere, like with my dick, because I'm like, I could stand up and pee.
I would do the same thing. That would be so fun. I would just take advantage of it. I'd be like, what's your name? I'll write it on the wall.
Go in the men's bathroom and talk to the person in the stall next to me, like, hey, what you doing? Dude, why are you talking to me? Because the guys have that rule where they don't talk to each
Yeah,
other.
we're not supposed to stand next to each other in the
Yeah.
urinal. I'll be standing right next to them like, how you doing?
What's up, man? What you doing? I'm peeing, bro. Oh, yeah, me too. You want to see? I do it so good.
We have something in common. You pee, I pee.
We could be together.
I think I'm very uncomfortable.
What do you say we leave this joint, get some drinks?
I would just walk around topless.
Oh my God, yeah, because you don't have boobs,
We
you
don't
know?
have, we don't have boobs.
I feel like, I actually heard that in Europe, a lot of women actually do walk around topless because they don't have the same view of sexuality like how we do in America.
Yeah, but if we went, we'd just be staring all the time.
Yeah, right?
We'd be the creepers.
Like, oh, what is that?
No, it's okay. It's okay. You can leave your top on.
Dude, but yeah, I walk around shirtless all the time too. It would like helicopter dick on my all the time.
But you can't do helicopter boobs. That would hurt.
Yeah, that hurts a little.
Yeah.
I tried it.
You can't
Especially with how big they are.
Yeah,
like,
you can't do it with big boobs.
Yeah. What about you? I can't say if we switched bodies with Jared, but what would you do if you switched bodies with your stepdad, Nick?
Ew. Gross.
What would you do? Oh man, that's hilarious. I'm just thinking about it.
Well, I don't know because shit. Like I said, I would take advantage of being a guy. I would
But you're that guy.
pee everywhere and walk around naked probably. I don't know, but I really wouldn't want to see myself naked, and I wouldn't really want to be touching my dick or my stepdad's dick.
Yeah, because they would have.
Gross. I wouldn't want to be kissing my mom.
Okay,
so.
okay. Oh, okay. So what happens if you
So
woke up in
no.
Alex's body?
Helicopter dick.
Helicopter dick. He's gonna listen to this episode and be like,
And
oh
that
my-
would be my chance to have sex with David.
Oh my god, you are so wrong.
And he wouldn't know.
He wouldn't know. You'd be like, shh.
It's okay, David. Shh.
He's like, why are you talking like that? I'm finally getting it in. Like, what are you talking about? I'm here for you, buddy. I'm here for you. Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah. That's what I would do.
All right. I have one last question for you then.
Okay.
What would you do if you were in the middle of a zombie apocalypse and you were the leader of a town, kind of like Rick, right? And you had
Who nominated me as a leader?
just go with it. And you're nominated as a leader of a small town. What would your rules be to keep that town safe and to what would your rules be? Like, would you let people in your town? How do you regulate people getting food? Do you let new people in? Like, what would your concrete rules be?
I don't want to be the person who be like, well, fuck everyone else. We're all in it for ourselves, even though that's kind of how it is in a zombie apocalypse because you can't trust people.
Yeah.
But that's probably what I would do.
What would you do? You would.
I mean, I wouldn't kill anybody that comes across our town because I don't want them to tell other people like, hey, there's a new civilization out here. Let's all.
How would they tell them if they're dead?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't want to kill them though. Like, I don't know. It'd be. I would try to trust people the best way that I can.
Yeah.
I mean, because some people might have skills that we don't have people that have those skills, you know?
Uh-huh.
So it would just depend. It would depend on the person, and I don't even know why I would be made leader. That doesn't make sense.
Well, you just are. That's the thing, man.
But
That's how the question is.
I'm all for, you know, trying to be like a safe place for everyone to come to.
And then eat them.
No,
Remember,
I
like,
wouldn't
what was
eat
it?
them.
Not
I
Alexandria.
wouldn't
What was
eat
that
them.
place called?
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what it's called.
Not Alexandria, because that's where they're at now.
San Andrea.
San Andreas.
What? It's
What?
GTA?
I said Alexandria.
Oh, Alexandria.
That's where they're at now.
Yeah, like I would be like that.
Sanctuary.
Yeah, no, I would not be the sexual.
Yeah,
I
you'd
would
be
not
like,
be
a
eating
safe place for
people.
everybody.
I mean, maybe we would have to poop and grow some potatoes, but I would be more like Alexandria, where I would make sure that I have a place where we'd be safe, and if anyone wants to come, well, we can accept them. You know, whoever has the skill set. I mean, I know you would say no.
Well, honestly, I'm not a very trusting person anyways. And I know in The Walking Dead, they definitely make the people seem more dangerous than the zombies. And it's true. I think if a situation like that happened in real life, people would they would get into their fight or flight instinct and they would either fight to survive or die. So I would be one of those, if I was the leader of a community, I would try to keep my people safe that I started out with, right? And if I know people are going to if you have too many people, then resources are low. But if you have too little people, you can't protect yourself, right?
Exactly.
So I feel like I would interview people. Like if I ran into people, or kind of like the scout guy.
Where they say, how many people have you killed?
Yeah. What was that scout guy?
The gay dude?
Yeah, the gay dude.
Or Jesus?
Or Jesus, I guess, sure.
Jesus
will save you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would kind of have like a scout, or I would scout, or have somebody scout, and find people with skill sets, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and then interview them. So ask them a series of questions, concrete questions, like, what would you do if somebody started breaking in? And test their abilities, like maybe ambush them, see how they fight, and then be like, all right, you passed the test.
And they'll be like, that's a fucked up test.
Well,
now we can't trust you.
Well, that's how it would work, man. Why would you trust them? You can't trust anybody, even now, without a zombie apocalypse.
That's true.
People are out for themselves most of the time, and there are good people out there, and I'm not saying there wouldn't be good people during a zombie apocalypse, but you can't just trust anybody. And if you're in charge of a town, you're also in charge of making sure your people are safe, so you can't just let anybody in. So I would definitely have a series of questions, tests, and have a sustainable population. So I would say a good number of people to protect our town would be like 50 to 70. You know, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more.
Say that's kind of big though.
Yeah, but that's enough people
70.
to protect the town too. So
against people like, you know, who.
Yeah, like Negan. Yeah, 70 people could definitely fight off people. You know, we would go around in groups, try to get food, supplies, have medical staff, people with different skills. Like, are you a botanist? Do you know how to grow food? Do you know how to fight? Do you have skills? And then have people teach each other these skills. Like have maybe classrooms where like somebody knows how to, you know, teach English and history.
Teach English?
History, you know, fucking classroom environments.
You got some ESL classrooms for you guys.
but instead of like actual like classes like that, like history, math, shit like that, that's useless when there's a zombie apocalypse. Classes where students would sit, like 50 people in a classroom or whatever, and like not 50, that's like everybody. It's like 10 people.
The whole town.
The whole town in one classroom.
Who's watching? Who's like
everybody's in class. I mean like 10 people in class, you know, at a time, and the professor with that skill teaches people how to do that. So rather than have like in fucking Walking Dead, the one doctor person died. Now they don't have a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so rather than having one person, that's very vulnerable, I think. I think that person should teach a classroom and teach everybody these skills, and then they trade. Like the botanist teaches the botany class, the doctor teaches doctor classes, the somebody with survival skills teaches a survival fighting class. So everybody's protected. Everybody knows.
Everyone's in a certain class.
Yeah. Everybody has a social status. So that would be what I would do. Like everybody, I would make sure there's classes. Everybody has to play a part. Nobody could just sit around and do shit. Nothing.
Like you all have to contribute.
Everybody has to contribute.
Your ass or you're gonna be bait.
Basically, if you're not contributing, if we find out that you're not contributing, we are gonna cast you out or give you another opportunity to prove that you can, you know, play a part in your role.
Yeah.
I'm not like I would not have it. Like if you're not contributing during a very important time, you're gonna be cast out.
That works.
Yep.
Yeah. And where would you have this town?
I would not have it anywhere very populated, that's for sure.
So getting supplies would be hard because then you would have to drive very far to get them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would probably have my my base in a Costco. There's everything at Costco. You need batteries.
They do have really like tall shelves so you can like hide up there if zombies come in or snipers there.
At Costco or somewhere, I don't know, like a town, kind of like Alexandria, a more secure town, gated community, some shit like that, you know.
Yeah. And
reinforce it. Definitely have solar powered shit, you know, things like that.
Exactly. Your own well or something.
Yeah, make your own water, purify it, you know. And everybody has skills, so it's not like you could definitely survive on your own because everybody has the same skill. So that's where I think The Walking Dead went wrong, is that nobody helped each other learn a skill. Is that every time something happened, they lost their value of assets. There was only one doctor. There was only one person that knew how to do this. There was only one person that knew how to do that. And when they lose those people, they're like, well, we're fucked. But if you have a town and everybody knows how to do everything, because everybody teaches each other, then you lose one doctor, you still have 50 more.
Yeah.
If you lose one botanist, you still have 50 more. If you lose one person with martial arts skills, you still have 50 more. Everybody knows everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
trained in everything.
Yeah, because you can learn anything, honestly. If you put your mind to it and you're in that kind of situation.
But some people are better at some
Yeah.
certain skills than others.
Of course, but you still have the skills. So you would then go to school for 8 years to become a doctor, right? But the doctor could teach you life-saving skills. Like, oh, you're bleeding. Here's how to get a bullet out. Here's how to put a tourniquet on. Here's how to make stitches. Here's how to apply pressure to a wound. Here's like the basic shit anybody could learn to become kind of like a doctor, but not like with those skills. You can't do surgery and shit, but you could do the basic stuff that will probably happen. Like, oh, I got stabbed. How do I put stitches on? I got shot. How do I get a bullet out? You know? So skills like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do I grow
I agree
potatoes
with
with my
that.
poop?
Well, let me show you how.
And
then
you
you
get on
squat
the,
over
yeah,
just like this.
You get on the desk, you take a shit.
Make sure it's like 3 inches off the ground.
Yeah. Here's a potato, you take a shit on it. And you actually demonstrate in front of the class and everybody's like, oh!
That's so gross.
Yeah. But, I was saying, like, you could find seeds and you could find, most fruit I actually seen on Pinterest, you could just grow from the seeds.
Yeah.
So if you have like an orange, there's already seeds inside the orange, you just replant them and it would be a continuous thing. You grow more oranges, you replant the seeds. You grow oranges, you replant the seed. Same thing with potatoes, things like that. You don't have to poop on them.
You're just on the potatoes.
If you get bitten on the ass and you gotta suck the poison out, everybody knows how to do it.
You're gonna do a demonstration?
And then you would get cast out because you wouldn't want to do it, so you're not playing your part, so you would get cast out.
I see how it is, yeah. Exactly. I would be cast out on my own.
Everybody has a class where they're sucking each other's ass.
Oh my god. Let me do a demonstration. Jennifer, come over here. I don't want to do it. You're out. Get out. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think I would be a good leader. I already have that, I'm an only child, so I already have that kind of like personality trait inside of me. I already have leadership abilities. Like, I tend to take lead of situations when nobody else wants to jump in. So I already know I would probably be the leader of the town because nobody would want to know.
Damn, all right.
It's true. Sometimes you have to make yourself leader too. Like when nobody is doing the right thing and you feel like they would lead you into an unsuccessful situation, sometimes you have to step up,
That's true.
Kind of like in the 100, like the chick, Clark. There was a Bellamy, he was the leader, but he was getting everybody killed. So she stepped up and she became leader. And everybody started following Clark,
And how's that going for her?
It's good. I mean, she got a lot of people killed too, but she looks out for her people,
Yeah.
And everybody has a different leadership style. I mean, Bellamy was looking out for his people, and everybody's gonna have like their own way that they think is better for their people than the other person.
Of course.
Yeah, so I feel like one leader probably wouldn't be good. You should have like a board of directors. Does that make sense?
I think vote on this. Everyone
vote. No, I'm serious. I know that sounds stupid as shit, but like look how it's working out for the 100. Look how it's working out for The Walking Dead. There's always one leader, and that one leader doesn't know. There's one person doesn't always know what's right for their people or for what the situation is. So I feel like if you have multiple people, not too many, because that could be bad. If you have like 2-3 people making suggestions and talking about it and putting it into a vote, then,
So it's like a little democracy.
yeah, kind of like that. I think it would work out better if you had like 2 or 3, maybe 4 people talking about it and coming to a conclusion rather than one person saying, this is how we're going to do it.
And then we all die.
Yeah.
Okay. That would definitely make more sense to have a board.
Yeah, a board of directors.
for surviving in the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, even though I feel like I'm a natural leader, I don't think I would want to take charge of myself. I would definitely see who the most rational, strongest people are, like in thinking about things. Like I would probably not have Eugene be my board of director.
Well, yeah,
like, I would have the orangey pasta.
As long as you pay me in pickles, I'll do whatever you say.
I want the orangey pasta, and that's how I will make my decisions.
Because I am Negan. Negan knows best.
And I am Negan. I am Eugene. I am Negan. I am who you want me to be.
There is no Eugene. I was Negan before I even met you.
Yeah, Negan, Eugene would not be my board director. He's a pussy. So I would definitely have strong-willed...
Like Michonne.
Yeah. Michonne would definitely be like my... one of the leaders too, like one of the people on the board of directors. Rick as well, like a strong team who thinks about what's best for their people, who is willing to put anything on the line to protect your town people. That I would have like 3 or 4 people like that.
Not like the trash people or the lesbian island.
She needs to get a haircut.
We've already discussed that. She needs a haircut.
Yeah, she's not doing a good job as a leader. Because as a good leader, you need a good haircut.
That's a requirement.
That's a requirement.
You need to have a good haircut.
That trash lady had a horrible haircut. She got a mullet. Like, it was like a mullet/bowl cut. How do you make that happen?
I don't know. Maybe they said, give me the most ridiculous haircut you could ever give me. And that's what they came up with. And it's working for her.
Yeah.
They can't take her seriously. I couldn't take her seriously.
Yeah.
When you talk like simple sentences.
Well, anyways. Well, now we know what we would do in these situations. You would die, for sure.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. I would have to help you out. You'd be like, I would take you under my wing because you need saving.
I mean, starting out wise, I would definitely try to, group up with my friends and get the fuck out of Dodge because Vegas is not the place you want to be in a zombie apocalypse. There's too many fucking people here.
Yeah.
I would head up to the mountains.
Go to Sweden.
Yeah, we can get a boat to Sweden.
Yeah, right. I would just live in the middle of the ocean. You can't have zombies in the middle of the ocean on a yacht.
You want to live on a yacht for the rest of your life?
No, because it would be like the movie Poseidon where it flips over.
Yeah.
It's actually scary.
That would be scary.
Yeah, never mind. I don't want to get eaten by
sharks.
Go
to like a not too small of an island, but an island.
Yeah.
Where we could just grow bananas.
Bananas.
Coconuts.
Mighty bananas.
Coconuts.
Anyways, well, thank you everybody for listening. As always, you could follow us and subscribe on iTunes, Podbean, Google Play Music, Stitcher, Player FM, basically everywhere you can find a podcast, we're on there. We're also on the social medias at Random Insanity for Twitter without the O, and then Random Insanity Podcast for Facebook.
And we also have a Patreon account. If you haven't checked that out, please do. We have a bunch of cool stuff for you guys to show our appreciation, such as bonus episodes, bloopers, things like that. So check it out.
Yep. And if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, things like that, suggestions for new episodes, give us an email at randominsanitypodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and let us know what you would do in these situations.
Yeah.
What you would do differently.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Bye.